All right. Well, welcome to August 17th, 1808. The British have landed in Portugal and have, under the command of, oh, you know who. There he is. Sir Arthur Wellesley. And have moved inland and have cornered a smaller French force near Rolica. And here are said British who are going to play going for a while. Going to try to attack up this hill and push the French and a Swiss battalion as a Polish battalion on the other side as well too, just to spice it up a little bit. Not ultra realistic, just realistic enough. Off the what's called the Colombiera, and if I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. So taken from the Albion Triumphant book. On August 1st, 1808, Wellesley landed in Portugal with his first command of nearly 9,000 men. By the 5th of August, his command had risen to 13,500. 5 days later, Wellesley and his army were en route to Lisbon, picking up 2,000 Portuguese cavalry and infantry on the way. Now, I'm not going to have any Portuguese, sorry, so we're going to have Hanoverians. So on that march, he became aware of Count Henri Delaborde, and his force was composed of nearly 4,000 men in 5 battalions, including 1 Swiss and a small number of chasseurs à cheval. So originally, Delaborde was at a low ridge a mile south of his initial position. The British came in, from what I've read, started out flanking him. He retreated back to the Colombiera and took an even better fortified position and waited for the British to attack. So that's basically the background of this little soiree. But it was the first one of the Peninsular War. So we've got ourselves a, I don't know what it is, 15 by 7 foot table, is that right? I can't remember. Yeah, 15 by 7. Put a couple extra things in. Sorry. We are going to be playing, my buddy James is at his house. We're going to be playing on Discord. And we'll go over a little bit of the forces here. The little special rules. Any kind of hedgerow with minimum amount of rocks is just going to be considered light cover. Only light infantry or skirmishers can move through these trees. So that is a route for the 95th. Could move straight up the middle there. Do some outflanking a little bit. Do some enfilade shooting if they can push the French out of those rocks where the Voltigeurs are right now. And then any of these heavier defenses here are +2 to the morale save. Same with the rocks there. And then these Gabions, of course, the same thing. They're heavy defense, so +2. Other special rules in the scenario are there was in the book. It actually said there was a +1 save from being at the top of the heights, but I'm not. I moved. We've added defenses, so I'm going to strike that rule. I will give them 1 extra dice when attacking uphill against a unit, or maybe I won't. I'll take it. That's too much. I'll take away 1 from the unit attacking uphill, and then they get a +1 combat resolution attacking downhill. That'll be fair. And if it gets too stupid, we'll get rid of that, because they're going to get saved for fortifications, and it would be fair to give them an extra dice and take the English 1 away from the English. So a -1 on hand-to-hand and a +1 combat resolution for the French if they're holding the heights. Both sides will move at half speed coming down the hill. The British have to move in column of companies to attack, just because how narrow it is. So that'll hurt their shooting. And There's also some rules on cavalry because the terrain was so rocky. Certain roles, I can't remember what it is, it's in the book, they become disordered and they can't do their move, I believe. So we'll employ those. So column of companies to go up at half speed. The French want to leave their initial positions, they'll have to go into attack column if they want to go on the offensive. You never know. They'll go at half speed coming down. I got the defenses in there. That's for skirmishes, which will be either the Voltigeurs or the 95th. Where are they at? There they are. Artillery should all be in range of most stuff here. And I think I'll read over the armies here. And then, of course, the sides are impassable. So basically, he's got those two avenues of approach. For the British are going to get funneled into that, which will be a bit rough. Just got the order of battle here. I'll just kind of try to hold the camera still while I'm looking down and reading. If I move around, I'm sorry. So the overall commander is Arthur Wellesley. He's not got all of his titles yet. This is just the beginning of his career in the Napoleonic Wars. He's got an extra just because he's just a badass. So he gets the extra reroll being a general, and then he'll also, if he's attached to the brigade while it's that turn, whichever brigade he attaches to, they get +1 combat dice for that turn. So they can get a +1 hand-to-hand or an extra shooting dice. So that'll be kind of nice. I think it's some kind of bonus because he was such a badass. The 1st Brigade is right here. It's got 1st Battalion 23rd, 1st Battalion 59th, 1st Battalion 40th, and the 1st Battalion 69th. So it's all British line infantry. I'll get the tokens out for doo-doot and doo-doot for first fire and all that good stuff. 2nd Brigade is on the far side over there. It's 1st Battalion 4th, 1st Battalion 35th, excuse me, all you people from Sussex. 1st Battalion 28th, and the 1st Battalion 32nd. Alright, the 3rd Brigade, and the commander of the 1st Brigade, some of these are right, some are wrong. Major General Rowland Hill. Staff rating 7 at this time. I'm sure by the end of the war he was probably staff rating 12. 2nd Brigade is Brigadier General Fane, who's an 8. An 8, staff rating. The 3rd Brigade is over here. This is part of the it's got the Hanoverians attached. I can't remember the name of the original guy. I can't remember, but I switched it up a little bit. It's like Trask or something like that. I can't remember. Sorry if anybody's related to him. But I made Brigadier General Nightingale, staff rating 7th, and he's got the 3rd Battalion 42nd Royal Regiment, the Black Watch, of course. He's also got the 1st Battalion 92nd. He's got 2 Hanoverian Field Battalions, one from Bremen and one from Verdun. So there are the 3rd. Then the Hammer under Crawford, Brigadier General Caitlin Crawford, staff rating 8. And he's got the Guard Battalion, which wasn't there, but hell, you got to use them. 1st Battalion, 2nd Guard. It's the Coldstream Guard. 1st Battalion, 1st Foot Guard. 3rd Battalion, 1st Foot Guards. And the 3rd Battalion, 3rd Guard, which is the Scots Guard. So he's got just a group of badass truckers right there. So that'll be the Hammer. And right there is that's Crawford. And bear with me for a second. I've got to scroll down with my mouth. There's so many damn British troops. So I've got to get the 4th Brigade is kind of the reserve brigade. It has these guys right here. 2nd Squadron, 20th Light Dragoons. And then it's got 4 pieces of artillery, 2 9-pound longs, and a 6-pounder, and a 6-pound long. And then finally, attached to them are the 2nd Battalion 95th Rifles. I gave all of those because these guys are Royal Horse Artillery. Sorry, and the horses are Light Dragoons. They're all, and then the 95th. They're all Marauder rules, so they don't have to be anywhere near their commander, who is Brigadier General James Ferguson. who's right there smoking a cigar, having a good time. Okay, and that's the British. And I'll try to flick over to the French here without making you nauseous. Give me a minute here. I've totally forgotten how to use a computer. Shocking. Okay. I did a decent job of holding everything still. Alright, see if I can zoom in on Delaborde. There's the beautiful little bastard. Fancy little bugger. Count Henri Francois Delaborde. Yay. No, just gets a reroll. He's nothing too spectacular. I think at the next battle he just turns into a division commander, so he's not that he's not too special. He was just in command of this little force that was rolling around in Portugal. He's got this is actually the far side over there. I'll go over there just so you can see him, and I'll come back and read it. He's got this is the 1st Brigade going down the hill, and the 2nd Brigade's on this side of the hill, and then you've got the 3rd Brigade is the artillery, the cavalry, and then hiding in the bushes and behind the rocks is the Voltigeur battalion. So we'll go back and just kind of break those guys down, just so for those of you keeping track at home. 1st Brigade is 3rd Battalion, 36th Regiment of Line, 2nd Battalion, 2nd Regiment of Line, 2nd Battalion, 55th Regiment of Line, and the 2nd Battalion, 1st Regiment of the Vistula Legion. So they weren't here really, but it's just I love them too much. I think my favorite Napoleonic unit, so they got to be used. 2nd Battalion's 4th Battalion, 105th Regiment of Line, 3rd Battalion, 70th, 1st Battalion, 47th, and the 1st Battalion, 1st Regiment, Swiss Guards. Got all their mustaches, they're all ready to go. And then the 3rd Brigade is the 2nd Squadron, 26th Regiment, Chasseurs à Cheval, 2 12-pound artillery pieces, and 3rd Battalion, 73rd Regiment de Voltigeurs, down here hanging out in the woods. So the British will move first. French have a defensive position. Less troops, but they're not going to do shit. I hope. We'll see. I think I'll play the French. James is a better attacker. We have to hammer away on each other. James and I have never done a online one game, and this is I've actually got like 3 cameras going and trying to figure out what works here. So this should be a bit of a catastrophe. Hopefully you won't notice that watching this video. And we'll get to it. Alright, there's our little preview. That's Battle of Rolica. Alright, we'll see you guys. Hope you enjoy. See ya. Alright, turn 1, British. The British sided. I just want to put a couple buildings up. I got to show you these buildings later, James. We're playing over Discord, so it's a little bit different. Got the game off finally. I probably could have gone to work today, but fuck, I'm just done. Someone to do this. The British are ready to pounce, but they just moved forward the 95th. So that's Crawford's brigade. He's in charge of the light brigade, the artillery, and the light dragoons. He sent the 95th forward, so they are in range of the French Voltigeurs, but the Voltigeurs will not be in range of them. Cheeky buggers, little rifles, popping off some shots. Wellington attached to the that brigade. Everything else is holding firm right now. So we're going to do some British shooting here in a minute. And we'll roll some dice. Alright. Cheers. Looking over the rooftops. Looking over the rooftops of Rolica. And the firing has started. Alright. I'll get over there in a second. But 95th Rifles and the 4 pieces of British Royal Horse Artillery. Or Royal Artillery, excuse me. All ripped loose. The artillery scored mucho hitos. I think they got like 3 or 4 hits. The French got a +2 save for being in hard cover. but then a -2 save on top of that, so it leveled out to a 0 save against the artillery. So they ended up taking 2 casualties, and they're disordered. 95th Rifles hit 3 times, and they actually made all their saves against that because they only had to roll anything. You know, as long as they didn't roll a 1, they made their save on that with their hard cover. So they've got 2 casualties, and they're disordered, and that is the end of the British first turn of shooting. Wellington was super happy with that. 95th Rifles shooting some rocks. Where's the other cannons at? Oh, they're over there. Flag's blocking it. All right. All right, James. Here we go, baby.
All right.
All right. After the Brits wailed on us, bastards. French decided to do no movement at all. Stay in cover. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try one thing, baby. I'm actually going to move my commander down for that unit, the Voltigeurs, and try to rally off a casualty. That sounds like fun. Alright, so I'm going to try to rally. This is a real-time decision, sorry. I'm going to try to rally a casualty off, and then basically I'll come back with the shooting phase where I'm going to try to fire 1 cannon at the 4th, the King Zone down there. This cannon's going to hammer them. Well, that's not the King Zone. That's well, I don't know. I'll have to look at whichever one I can see. And then this cannon is going to fire at the Royal Welsh Fusiliers, I bet. I can't even bend my arm like that. They're down there. Standing there, looking good. Alright, so I'm going to try that roll. See you in a minute. Alright, so I went down there and rallied, tried to rally with Delaborde and I forget the name of the other count. I think it's Tomieres, the other general for 3rd Brigade, and failed the rally roll, then tried a re-roll with the Delaborde and failed that as well. I rolled like a 10 and then I rolled an 11, so that sucks. And then, so then went with the artillery, fired the first 12-pounder at the Welsh, missed them, but you do get the what's it called when the cannonball goes through, James? I can't remember. I can't remember. It's like shit. I'll look it up. When the ball goes through it to the other side, it just keeps on going. But it missed. The 2nd Nottingham was behind them and missed.
Grazing fire.
Grazing fire. There he is. That's the boy. All that college is paying off. All right, and then and then the other cannon fired at who the hell are those guys? Oh yeah, the 4th King Zone, and hit them and disordered them, and they failed their save, so they got 1 casualty. The ball did go through to the Sussex. I can't remember the number of the regiment. But it missed them completely. Got a 5 instead of a 6. So did 1 casualty, and that's it. So now we get to see what James does back. So he's got 1 disordered in 2nd Brigade. He's got 1 disordered unit, and that is all we got for now. All right, so we're going to go to turn 2. All right, James held his ground. Did another round of firing with the cannons and the artillery, the cannons and the 95th into the French Voltigeurs at the bottom of the Colombiera behind the rocks. And 1 more casualty. They're not shaken yet, but they did now. They also got 2 more disordered. Artillery hit them for disordered, and the rifles got a disorder on them too, so the disorder is not going to go away. So we're up to 3 casualties. No other movement really, so that was it. So the British will be done there. Alright, pretty static, just playing bombardment here. The French then turn 2. They fired their cannons back. They actually hit the... Oh, I'm looking. Sorry, give me a minute here, don't throw up.
Cornwall?
23rd from the Royal Welsh Fusiliers. Hit them. Oh, I'm going to make a save. We'll watch that live here. Alright, James, keep your fingers crossed. So, 5 and 6 to save, buddy. No, sorry, buddy. I failed you. I fucking suck. I gave you COVID, baby. Alright, you got one casualty there. And you're disordered. And I fired over at... yeah, the 4th King Zone. And missed them. And their disordered came off, but they kept their casualty. And then the round, the grazing fire went through to the 35th from Sussex. And missed them totally. So, we got one disordered on the Royal Welsh Fusiliers. And that's all we got for this turn. That is the end of turn 2. James is going to come up with some great idea in turn 3. There's the octagon. Alright. Alright. And we're going to be drinking beer after turn 3. We'll see you in a minute. Alright. Something's happened in turn 3. The British are looking like French. They're in column of companies, but it sure looks like attack columns to all of us. So, 2nd Brigade, I think it's under Fane. He hit his order. He got one order and was able to get his units into column of companies. So he's got all 4 battalions. Nightingale failed like a big dog. No one wanted to listen to him. So the Scottish and the Hanoverians. Two languages to pick from and couldn't get either one of them. And they stayed in formation. The light brigade stayed where it was, or the 95th, the artillery stayed where they are. They're just going to fire into the, what's it called, and Wellington still attached to that unit. The guard brigade under Crawford, they all got into formation. They're all in column of companies too. And then over here, Hill just did a single order to trying to move out this brigade from Nottingham, this battalion from Nottingham, and basically they just were able to get one order, so they went into that formation. And then the Welsh were pinned with disordered. But at least something's happened. He's in a better position to at least pass orders next time. We'll get the +1 bonus from being in column of companies. Okay. Turn 3, something happened. We're doing some shooting of some cannons and some 95th rifles firing into the Voltigeurs, I'm sure, in a second here. My poor Voltigeurs. They can't even shoot that far. Alright, see you in a minute. James is most pleased with the artillery shooting. They got the range this time. 2 misses, so 4 hits. No, 6 hits? Yes, 6 hits. Oh, the Voltigeurs are upset. They're going to talk to their union rep. Oh. So that was a -3 morale test, and I rolled a 6, so it's a -3. So we all know if it's 4 or less, what happens. So the Voltigeurs just can't take it anymore. They pop their Xanax and they just jump on. They start stabbing themselves. They're going to disappear off the battlefield. So the British moving forward, bastards. All right. Oh. After losing to Voltigeur, sucky. Looks weird with it open. Delaborde and Tomieres retreated back to the top of the Colombiera. French artillery fired, missed. Grazing fire, missed. Same thing over there. So up there, only can shoot through 1 unit. So French guns not as accurate as the British. Turn 3 comes to a conclusion with the end of the Voltigeur battalion. Disordered is off all of the British units now. They are free to advance if they want to. And yes, bastards, they will, I'm sure they'll do something cool. That looks awesome. Try to get some good little low angle shots here. Sorry about the extra equipment. It's part of the COVID. And there's a little village in the background. Oh. All right. We'll see you in turn 4. All right, turn 4 British across the board. You know, not terrible. Not terrible movement. They got did have a disorder. We had a couple triple moves. We had a couple single moves. You know, a little bit of this and that. Got lucky with the 3rd Brigade with the Highland battalions and the Hanoverians. James got disordered on that one, but they were able to. He got lucky and rolled higher, and I was able to move forward one. So they stayed in line. He was attempting to try to put him in column of companies, but they failed. So he's not doing too good over there. That's oh, what the hell's his name? Oh, I'll come back to that. I'll forget his name. That's Fane. He hit one order and moved the 2nd Brigade. They advanced towards. They're at the base of the Columbiera. 95th. They got 3 moves. They were able to get up to into the rocks. Probably be able to split their fire since they're in skirmish formation and fire a little bit against the French. Cavalry triple moved. The dragoons moved up. The guard moved into reserve behind the dragoons. Artillery's holding steady. Probably gonna open fire on the French next line of French fortifications. And 1st Brigade was able to get one move too, and they moved up a little bit too. They shifted around a little bit. Sorry, bad photography. They displaced around there. So overall, not terrible. I don't think Wellington's not too dissatisfied. All right. The 3rd Brigade is a bunch of jerk-offs. I can't get anything right. All right. Do some British shooting here. See what they can do. The cannons in 95th again. Against my my Frenchies. We can hold out. British shooting in turn 4. The 95th divided their fire. They fired at the French line first and missed. The the horse artillery fired up shells up there and also missed. Over here is a little bit different. 95th did score a hit and got disordered, but no casualty. The French made their save. And also one of the cannons hit the French, but they made their save on that too. That's 3rd Battalion 36. They said, oh, I don't think so, they're English. And they made their, they toughed it out. It was nothing. Alright, so we're going into French turn 4. Oh, sugar snap. The French finally got to fire some muskets. 4th Battalion, 105th, and the 3rd Battalion, 33rd. Both got to shoot. 33rd had another penalty on them from being disordered, so they missed the 95th Rifles. Plus they were skirmishers in cover, obscured. Very difficult shot, but missed. But the 105th scored a disordering hit, but I think they actually got 2 of them, and the 95th saved them both. And then both French artillery pieces fired on British infantry in march column. I'm sorry, in a column of companies. And the regiment from Gloucester took a disorder and a casualty from one artillery piece. So we get 1 casualty for them. No grazing fire. They spread out very nicely. So that's the end of turn 4. We'll go into turn 5. Brits are on the move. The French finally got to shoot. I'll get some angles from up there just so you can... I love the cotton balls. Really kind of brings a black powder game to life. Get a little lower. Oh yeah. Douche. Nice. All right. No one's going to the village to go grab a beer. All right. The attack will continue. All right, we'll see you in the next round. All right, coming at you live. Turn 5, British. Wellington has moved over with Fane with the 2nd Brigade. Major General. I think a Brigadier General Fane. But we'll go up with the British are calling for Hill to go first. Going for, he's got no disordered units, so he's going to do a brigade order. They're all in a column of companies. Old Rowland Hill, he's going to throw as far as they go, straight ahead. Let's see what they get. Oh, hell. Oh, keep your fingers crossed, James. 8. It's a big old fail. Oh, wait. It isn't a fail because they're in column of companies. So I get a +1. All right. So we'll be back in a second. They will move forward 1 move. Nothing too exciting, but we'll do it. Well, we can't quite use the word lurched forward. We only got one successful order here from the 1st Brigade under Hill. But he got his boys to advance. He's super excited. He's waving them on. So they're at the base of the Colombiera. They will get half moves from there on as they ascend the hill towards the French. All right, we'll go over to 2nd Brigade, see what they can do. Actually, I'll just keep that. So Hill is with the 2nd Brigade. They're over there. They have one unit is disordered. All right, we figured that out. We'll be right back. Now you have to forgive us on this one. I'm not sure. Can you still give a brigade order if 1 battalion in the brigade is disordered? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say you can, but that 1 battalion won't move. The other battalions will. All right, that's what we're going to go for. So he, Brigadier General Fane, he's an 8. They're column of companies. They're 9s, and he's got Wellington there for a reroll. And let me have it if I got it wrong, because that's I probably did. But we'll see. Here we go, baby. 9. So you can get 1 move out of that. I'm going to go for it. Alright, hope you agree. I had some Discord errors, so I have to fix that. So James is offline for 1 second, so I'm going to take command of this brigade for 1 second, and I got to go hang up some Christmas lights for my wife, so I want to see if this can happen. And then we'll get Discord back up, and James will be running here in a second. I'm just had that JavaScript error where you have to go hit that, you have to start a program with a %app% or some crap like that, and then delete the Discord folder. So I just did that a minute ago. I'm going to reload Discord. Well, that worked out well. Ho-ho! All right, we'll move them. I'll come back. I'll show you where they went. I'll do all the measurements because they're going to go half speed. They're at the base of the Colombiera. And then I'll come back after hanging up some Christmas lights for the wife, and then James will be back and we'll do it. So a little anticlimactic. So they hit a triple move. So that would have been normally 12 inches per move. Would have been 36 inches. They go half speed on the Colombiera, cut it down to 18. Then they have to pay a 6-inch penalty for crossing over that barrier, which they couldn't pay. They would have been just short. Would have split the unit in half. So they ended up just short of the wall. So they and that's where they started. So they technically did not move very far at all. So the 3 battalions are there, just short of that disaster. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a slodge to get up the hill. So I'll move Wellington and Fane up just to make it look pretty. They really look like French going up the hill. So at least they got 3 battalions on the way. Wellington going in with the first wave. Probably not the smartest idea, but that's what we're doing. And 1st Brigade is just getting to the base of it, so Go hang up some Christmas lights. Be right back. Get the camera back going again. Now we got our JavaScript error fixed. Make sure it's fixed. Cool. I got everything going again. Let's see if my other camera works. And there it is. Blow that crap up so I can see it. Okay. We're just waiting on James. Camera City. Okay. Get one last look. Oh, there she's calling. It took too long. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Alright, turn 5. General, where is he at? Nightingale. He's going to order the 3rd Brigade, which is the Scots and the Highlanders, to go into column of companies and maybe move forward a little bit, but basically stay in reserve to back up the next meat grinder. So he's got no re-roll. He's in order. He's number 7. You ready for this, James? James is ready. He doesn't have a beer, though. I do. Sorry, James. Alright. Big roll! No whammies! Ooh! They fail.
That's what they do.
Yeah, they sit there. They're holding reserve. They're thinking about it. Alright.
They're fully served, yes.
Yeah, they're fully in reserve. We are. They haven't had a successful order yet. They failed. They had a blunder, and they failed again. So,
Yeah.
Nightingale might need to leave off the sauce a little bit. He's a... Alright, so what you got left? You got cannons and the 95th and the cavalry. And you said you wanted to at least move the 95th forward into the trees, right?
Yeah.
Do some jungle warfare? Alright.
Yeah. See that.
We'll do that, and then you can figure out what the hell you want to do. Alright, so we'll just go with that. That's an 8. And they're reliable, so it's a 9. Move forward in skirmish formation. And they're going to pay a 6-inch penalty going over that wall. And then it's half move because they're up into the Colombiera working on our Spanish. Here we go! Oh, shit. So that's a 4, and they're an 8, so they get 3 moves. Alright, we'll come back on the video on that one. Good job on that one. So the 95th Rifles have moved in there. Successfully with 3 moves. We're going to get some shooting from these 3 battalions from 2nd Brigade against the French. 95th are going to split their fire against the 2 French line battalions. Coughing. Choked on some hummus. And then the Guard battalion and the cavalry stayed the same. Oh, we got to roll up the limber to move the got to roll for that. The 2 artillery pieces. And this these 2 cannons over here are going to hold still and fire at the they have a good shot. These guys would have fired and shot right in the back of this brigade, mowed them down. It's a little bit too close, so they're going to limber up and try to move up. So we'll roll that. All right. So that general is going to roll, baby. All right, for the cannons to limber and move forward. So we'll figure out where the hell you want to go. That guy is an 8. They're not limbered yet. That'd be a +1. So they have to limber and then move as far as they can. First cannon, 7. So he'll at least limber. Well, he can move 1. Okay, that's good. Limber and move 1. Other cannon, this crappy ass roll. The other cannon failed.
Alright.
Alright, sorry about that, buddy. I got you 1 cannon moved.
That's alright.
Get it, Silas. This is the 2nd Brigade firing at the 33rd, I think is the French battalion. 6 dice with first fire and then Wellington's bonus. Being 5s and 6s. Disaster!
Man.
I got Yahtzees on 1s. Yes.
Yeah.
They got 2 hits, 1 disordered. That's good. That'll help. Alright, we'll figure out some saves. Alright, we're back. Alright, save. The freaking 95th killed me. They did enfilading fire both directions, 2 shots. They disordered and got 2 casualties on this 1st battalion, which is the 105th. regiment. And then they got 2 hits on, and this battalion was already disordered with a casualty, so they've got 3, and now they're also disordered on the 33rd. So they're 1 short of being Zaporozhki'd, shaken. But both battalions are, French battalions are disordered. 95th are point blank range up in these woods, and we got to do something about it. But that'll be the end of the British shooting. Their artillery missed. They got some casualties with that the French failed to save over there. I can't remember if I recorded it already. The British nailed them with all 3 battalions. I got to get rid of their first fire. And 95th, do it again. Beautiful. I wish my Voltigeurs were still alive. All right, we'll see in a little bit. All right, so generals, I should say, Avril and General Brenier, sorry, are going to try to pivot their back battalions. The other ones are disordered, just so they can put fire into the 95th. And then also, I believe the Polish and the Swiss will be able to fire into them as well. So we're going to try to do that, and I'm going to order, I'm going to have Delaborde come down. Well, hell, we'll do it with this battalion here just for fun. He'll move down and move with them, and then we'll do rolls to see what happens there. So at least this guy will get a reroll. That is, Avril will get a reroll. They're both 7 staff ratings. We'll do Avril first. I'll move, just for logistics, I'll move, what's his name next to make it look real, but right now I'm not going to go over that. I'm going to roll. Alright, 87s. He makes it. Alright, first one, so I blew that one. I don't have to use the reroll. And then, this is other moron's name, Brenier or something like that. He's a 7 too. Come on, baby. Cool. Alright, I'm going to do some adjustments. And then we'll, I don't know, this is going to be fun logistically on this damn hill. But I'll do some twisting and turning and get it all done. So I did the best I could with this. It's a French shooting turn 5 and movement. They're best I could with this terrain. It really is hilly, I guess. I tried to make it as columbier as possible. So the French got there. You got those 2 battalions that were in reserve for them. Then you've got the Swiss and the Vistula Legion both firing. So these guys will be -1 to hit because they're within 6 inches. So I was going to give like the -1 for the skirmishers. They're in their cover. Actually, that'll be a save, won't it? So it'll be -1. So it'll be a flat. And then they get a save, +1 save. And then the Vistula Legion and the Swiss Guards will be just -1. And they'll get a +1 save for being in cover. Alright, do some rolling, baby. So each get 3 shots. So the first 6. Oh, I gotta switch your camera. Got you on the wrong one, brother. Terrible host. Here we go. So these are flat. 4 5s and 6s to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you'll get a +1 to save. This is both brigades. I mean, both battalions. Oh shit! I missed one. That's good. I'll take that. Missed 1. All right, remember that. Missed 1. I'll add that 1 back in, and the other 6 dice. This will be -1 to hit. So these will be 5s and 6s. Oh, we're definitely disordered, but only 3 hits. That's 50%. That's freaking real good. So that's 8 hits. Oh, I got 6, 7, 8 hits, and they're going to save. I got to look at their stats. Give me a minute here. All right, all these hits, saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, I see some 1s. We missed. Well, they actually did pretty damn good. Just missed 2, right? 2 hits and a disordered. So that's good rolling. That's real good rolling.
Okay.
I think the percentages work out there. I'm not a mathematician. You're better at math. All right. So we had some shooting. So 2 casualties, and the 95th are going to be disordered. And they're in there in the Nam. And I think the French can still fire cannons. Yeah, I'll have to measure those up and see what the French can shoot with those cannons. Alright, one cannonball, 24 inches at the 35th Regiment from Sussex. That's just, I am firing overhead though. So that's just 5 and 6s. Oh, big old brick. Big brick. And then I'll fire the other cannon just to save, I'll just fire at this, I think this is the Welsh. But that's over long range and firing overhead, so that's it needs a 6 to hit them. Oh, and I can't even roll it into the damn octagon. Another 1! That explodes in the tube and kills the whole crew. Awesome. So that'll be the end of the turn 5. We'll get back to the English here in a minute on turn 6. James had Wellington move over to the 1st Brigade, and they were able to get 2 successful moves. Didn't even need his reroll. But they are poised to, they got 4 battalions abreast up at the barrier, looking up the Columbiera, so they're looking good. We're going to head over to 2nd Brigade. 1st Brigade's gone in hard. They're not in hand-to-hand, they're short of the barrier. But they are point-blank range with that French battalion there. He's got 1 trailing battalion. That's awesome. They hit a triple move, so they got over the barrier and they got up on the wall. They didn't enough move to make it to contact. So the British are coming. The left flank is engaged. Right flank's back there behind the wall. 1st Brigade, and we still got we got to see if old Nightingale can actually get an order to pass. He's terrible. Sorry if you got any relatives on board. He hasn't hit an order yet. We're doing a bad job representing him. Alright, I'll see you in a minute. Just for prosperity reasons, I'm recording this one too. Nightingale trying to get the brigade to go into a column of companies and move forward 1. Or 2, whatever he can get. He's a 7. Nightingale. Fail. He's terrible. We're getting close to the look of failure. The shame. Maybe he's not speaking German to the Hanoverians, and the Scottish just don't give a shit. Like, fuck you.
That sounds plausible.
We're not going up that hill. The British line is, they're going in hard. Okay. That's a freaking awesome attack. Alright, the turn, James is going to hold the cavalry still. He did advance the Guard Brigade 2 moves. Actually, they're 3 moves. They just moved up to those rocks. So they can go either direction, but that's going to save them movement later on. And it's just a giant wall of British going up the Columbiera there. That looks awesome. Alright, I'll get some pictures with my phone. We'll do some shooting. Get it! James's son is getting into it. He's my boy. And there's... Who's this? No, Nightingale. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, good. I'll throw some cotton balls down in a minute. We got 12 dice coming out of these guys. First fire. Four battalions. All in first fire. And they got Wellington's little bonus for an extra attack dice. This is something we do with this scenario. So give me a second here while I get lots and lots of dice. It's going to be 5s and 6s to hit. Oh god, through the camera. Crazy. Just trying to left-hand it there. Alright, James, you see it?
I see the dice.
Yeah, here they come. 12 dice, 5s and 6s. First Brigade firing into that, my poor French battalion there behind cover. Oh god. I don't see any 6s though.
No, I don't.
That's straight up. Oh, I see 1 6. That counted. So 1. That kind of sucked. 3 hits. but they are disordered.
Yeah.
All right, and they save on just like anything but ones because of the cover, so that's not bad. Oh God, 2. It worked out, baby. It worked out. 2 1s. All right, they could be shaken. All right, I'll do the math. All right, so that's going to require they're shaken. They're 4 casualties now. So -1 morale test.
Wow.
Oh God, I just threw the dice into the wrong bag. Here we go. Oh God, don't roll a 4. At least I didn't roll a 4. Woo! They incinerate. Oh my God, it's not. This ain't World War II, French. You can hold it together, baby. They're going against Wellington, not Rommel. Jesus. Well, the 4th Battalion, 105th, buckled like a cheap pair of shoes. They're done. Got pounded by those 4 battalions. And they went screaming off into the night somewhere. They're running for France. They're running for Calais. They're done. Jesus. All right, I'm 2 battalions down. Ugh. All right, so we got we'll do the 2nd Brigade next. Bunch of shooting over here. So the front 3 battalions of the 2nd Brigade fired into the 3rd Battalion. What did we say it was? 3rd Battalion, 36 Regiment. They scored 1 hit. It was a disordered hit. They already had 3 casualties. Now they're shaken, and they got to take a -1 morale test. Let's go see if I can roll another 3 again. Ah, I can't remember if disordered. A little rusty. Disordered. Yep. So they got a -1. So a -2 on this because they're disordered. Here we go, buddy. Let me get you on the right view so you can enjoy the fun with me, James. You can laugh real loud when I roll a friggin' double 1s. Come on, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Ah! You see that shit? 5 -2 is a 3. Like they explode.
Did it?
Yep. 3 or less. I'm kidding. God! Rolling like cancer. No offense with cancer. Just, oh, it's terrible. Damn. Just lost 2 battalions. Oh, mucho sado. 95th Rifles. 3, 4, 5s, and 6 to hit. They're not enfilading fire anymore because I faced them. So it's just they get re-rolled for sharpshooter. 2 dice. They're going to shoot 4 dice and re-roll 1 miss. They just missed on 1s. I'll re-roll that one, right? It's kind of a no-brainer.
Yep.
Yep, all 4 of them hit, but no disordered. That's yay. So saving on 4, 5s, and 6. The red will be on the right. Each of them took 1 casualty. Okay,
Right.
I can live with that's good. 95th doing their guerrilla warfare in there. All right, this is for the win. No, I'm just kidding. French 1st Brigade, it's all going to shit over there. The whole thing's going to shit. The 1st Brigade is going to try to form into attack column like they should have been the whole time. I was trying to maximize firepower like an idiot. And they're going to steamroll into the 4th, right in the center. And the other 2 battalions are going to back them up in attack column. Delaborde is joined. I think it's Avril over there. And they're going for it. All right, so 7 with a reroll. We get lucky they got a low roll. Ooh! All right. We're gonna have ourselves some hand-to-hand combat, and I'm coming downhill at you. All right, give me a minute here. It's gonna be some junky stuff. All right, I think if I remember correctly, we're in turn 5. We could be in turn 6. I'll have to go back and watch this later. The Swiss fired 1 round at the 2nd Nottingham and didn't even hit him. That battalion there fired into the 95th and hit him, but the 95th saved it. And now we're going on to artillery firing into the 95th. And we'll have to figure that one out. So four shots from the cannons, needing 5s or 6s against the 95th. And not a damn thing. 95th, they're in there doing the matrix, dodging, weaving. Good for them. Last one's my 2 supporting companies. They're both going to fire 1 shot from a tech column into the 2 supporting units of the British. I think it's the, I don't even know, I think it's Cornwall and Sussex battalions. So they're going to need 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. The right is red. They both hit. Negative saves. They get a plus. Well, they don't get a +1 save. They just get a. So they save on 4, 5s, and 6s. So the battalion from Sussex actually made the save. The other one won't. Okay, so we'll get a casualty out there, and then we'll do hand to hand. All right, here comes the French in their attack column. 6 dice, charging downhill. +1. British are going to countercharge. The 4th is going to countercharge back. So it'll be 3, 4, 5s, and 6s for the French. The 6 dice. Let's see what happens. Oh God! Don't screw it up. That's terrible. 2 hits. All right. Same back for the British. I'm sure I got 6 dice. All right, 6 dice. Here we go. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. 4th King's Own going back against the French. That was just as bad. I'm rolling terrible.
That's probably worse.
It is. They only got 1 hit.
Yeah.
All right, we got to save these now. That's the big thing. So the British save in 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, like a boss. Now they're rolling big. British save both. Take no casualties. French, got to make 1 save. But they save on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s because they're in attack column. Oh! No casualties. So both sides have 3 supports. But the British get 1 extra, so they're going to win by 1. Because they're attacking downhill.
It was a half-hearted hand-to-hand, man.
That was like pathetic. Everybody made their saves. I was like, it's where I think we're used to like the old guard and crap, where they just come like again heavy cavalry, where they just come and slaughter, just obliterate. Where you're attacking someone you put in square and you murder them.
Yeah.
That's a loss by 1. So I think they have to do a save, if I remember correctly. All right, let's see if I roll like the British like the French. I mean, yeah, if I roll the Brits like the French. A -1 morale test, hand to hand. Oh God. 7. That's a 5. That's pretty bad. 5.
They retreat.
Yeah, they retreat. Unit becomes disorder if it's not unable to comply. Make 2 moves. They should be. Yeah, they're going to have to make 2 moves to the rear. And I think the other 2 units, all the units that were supporting them have to make a morale test too, if I'm correct. Test. If defeated hand-to-hand. Test is shaken by drawn by hand-to-hand. Test supporting unit breaks and flees. I don't think that's breaks and... That's if they lose off the table, so they don't have to do anything. It'll just be, they just fell back and they didn't break and flee. So no other hit checks. They're just going to move back 2 and be disordered. That's not terrible.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so the King O's retreated. They took 2 moves. They have to hop over that. And the French are going to follow up and charge. I can't even reach but that battalion there. I think they're from Cornwall. I can't remember the number of the regiment. Sorry. And they can't react to it, so there's no counter charge. and they're not going to have as many supports. They're just going to have one support. So this could be good. All right, here we go. So in the sweeping, or the advance after the attack, the French have rolled 2nd Battalion, 2nd Regiment is going up against the, I think the 32nd from Cornwall, or the 23rd, it might be dyslexic. French scored 4 hits. The British will now counterattack. 4, 5, 6. That's 6. I don't want to. All right, they need 4, 5s, and 6s. They don't get to react to this charge because it's a back. It's another attack. Ooh. They got 3, 50%. That's not terrible. So I still roll a shit ton. Rolling a shit ton of 1s and 2s still. All right, do the French need? They're in attack column still. Saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Ooh. 2 casualties. Brits saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. They took 2 casualties. Alright, it's going to come down to supports and the downhill thing. Brits are going to have 1. French are going to have 4. So they're going to lose by 3. So we'll do a -3 morale test for the Brits. And I can't roll. I'm filming with my right hand, trying to roll with my left hand. I'm uncoordinated enough with my right. Oh, they're going to implode. Listen now, they have 1 supporting battalion because they've broken. They've got to save 2. I think it's just straight up. They don't have any bonuses to this. Oh, God. And that's the end of turn 5. We'll do turn 6 later. I'll get some final filming of the end, but Jesus, that was a rough one. Hey, the French got some payback. They wiped out 2 British battalions there. Yay. So that's going to be the boys from Cornwall and the boys from North Gloucestershire, which usually are both, they usually kick ass all day long. So my crappy dice roll, and James is not here to bring them through for the Brits. That's it. I'm not going to advance any farther. I'm going to stay where I'm at. So that's a big swing. I assume the guard will be going into that side now in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going back out.
All right. This is what it looks like at the end of turn 6. Got the, I think this is the King Zone. Yeah, 4th King Zone way back here. The Sussex Battalion's all by itself against the freaking Vistula Legion and friends. King Zone has got 2 casualties and they're disordered. Those are the big winners there. I think that was the 2nd Battalion, 2nd Regiment. They've got 1 casualty, but they are victorious in hand-to-hands. Imploded 2 British battalions in that last one. I'm sure the guard will shift to the left here in a minute. Also, these artillery can get busy in a minute, and then the rest of it will get going here. But that's at least that's a good one for Delaborde. Didn't look terrible. And we'll have to wait. I'll wait and see if Nightingale can actually get an order passed. All right, we'll take a little break. Won't feel like anything to you. We'll see in a little bit. This whole Discord thing is a bit tiresome, having to run around and change cameras and move and just do all the movement. It's usually James and I split it. But you know, hell, we're playing a game, so who cares? It's been fun. I think the first attack at Rolica failed anyway. We're expecting it, so see what happens next. I'll get a view from the halfway point to the battle. Let me get a look from the other side. Move my camera out of the way. It's no big shocker that the French succeed immediately when they go back into attack column. Alright. We'll see you in turn, I guess we'll see you in turn 6. Alright, start of English, turn 6. Wellington's going to stay with 1st Brigade. They're going over the top. They're going to go for a charge order. Will they make it? Hill's a 7. They're in attack column. They're in column of companies. Makes them an 8. Oh Jesus! That ain't gonna get it done. Here's the reroll. Wellington working his magic. Oh, that'll get it done. All right, so 1st Brigade is gonna get 3 moves. I'm sure they're gonna slam into the Swiss. Here we go. Be back when I get all these freaking bastards moved. So the Brits did so well, they've actually engaged charged both battalions. This battalion on the left will charge into that battalion, supported by this battalion, and this the Nottingham battalion hit the Swiss, supported by, I don't know who the hell that is. Oh, that's the Royal Welsh Fusiliers. Okay, I'll get all the battalions' names down a little bit. But yeah, they did a double charge into those 2 battalions. No bueno. Alright, so we'll see what they do next. Oh shit. Oh god, so just to be on the safe side, the guards went in. So 2 battalions of the 1st Guard, Coldstream Guard, and the Scots Guards all just went in for hardcore against the French there. Totally plugged that gap. They had triple moves with their reliable and everything else. They rolled a 6. Basically it's just Nightingale. See what he can do. See if he can get in there. He hasn't passed an order yet. Only time he's moves with a blunder. Let's see what's up with Nightingale. No re-rolls. He's a 7. He's Charlie's. Convert to, I think the order was convert to, right? Convert to attack column and move forward as far as they can. Oh shit, they actually passed an order. That's amazing. Okay, we'll see what happens. Holy shit. Nightingale actually got an order off. He must have come out of his whiskey bottle for a minute. They moved up, surrounding the 4th King Zone. They're still disordered and stuck there. All we got left, I think, is Ferguson's. Yeah, I think he's just got the cavalry and the cannons. We'll get those rolled off and see what we can do. That's a massive attack. And so is that. Can the French? Delaborde can't be everywhere. Hope we can at least. Can't forget the 95th. They're still in there gunning. Vietnam style. Oh shit. So Ferguson had success. He was able to move his cannons around. Got his cavalry up supporting 1st Brigade. And got cannons on that side up against the wall. He's positioned himself right there. So the Brits are basically immediately filled in their holes they had before. Very nicely. Committed all reserves. Wellington's going balls out, to say the least here. Very Napoleon-like. Good for him. I'll get a view from the other side before it all goes down. Absolutely insane attack. Delaborde is shitting a brick. I know that because I'm playing Delaborde. Where's my boy at? There he is. Get out there, Henri Delaborde. We're screwed. Alright, we'll see what happens. Coming at you for, I think there'll be a lot of shooting, be a lot of hand-to-hand. Damn, that's a lot of hand-to-hand. So in the first hand-to-hand, I've got to do shooting still, but I'm just going right to left here just because we wanted to get into this quick. The 59th Regiment, 2nd Nottingham, attacked the Swiss Guards. And the Nottingham hit the 59th did 4 casualties, well, hit 4 times to the the Swiss. The Swiss only hit back once. I rolled like dog crap, which is not good. But then the Swiss turned around and made all their saves but one, which is great. Thank God for attack column. The 59th saved their one, so we're going to lose by one. No support. Actually, this one's going to support, so I'll get two supports going downhill. They'll get one and two supports there. So the Swiss will lose by one. And we'll roll morale for that one. Let's remember who the hell's freaking been part of a battle here. So -1 morale save. They took one casualty. We'll do that here in a minute. So this is where the magic happens. Steve rolling morale saves. Swiss, come on, baby. Nope. -1. Are you effing kidding me? I suck so bad. Alright, so the other unit was supporting them. Let's see if they can survive and not implode. Are you shitting me? 5. They're going to actually survive. I think they're going to get knocked back almost into the woods. Oh my god. I suck so bad at rolling morale saves. I always have. Oh. The 95th will fire, just because it'll be crucial, the 95th will fire 2 shots into that battalion there. Enfilading shots. So they'll get a re-roll on everything and then another re-roll if they don't hit. And they need like 3s. Well, don't worry about it. They hit them both. So they'll get 2 shots on them, see if they can save those. We'll do that real quick. At least they're in attack column. Damn it! So the 2nd Nottingham followed up their attack and did a side attack into that battalion. And it's just a freaking going to be a disaster here. Oh, God. So they're up to 3 casualties now because they took 2 more. At least they're not shook. And they're going to hit from the side and the front. And everyone's got supports. Well, they've only got 1 support here because the cavalry supported the last attack. And these guys will keep 1 support from the Royal Welsh Fusiliers. So we'll see what happens. They'll all get, the British will also get 1 attack each because of Wellington being attached to the brigade, and these guys will not pay the -1 penalty because they're now attacking sideways instead of going up the hill, so they're no longer attacking uphill. So it's going to be brutal. So combined, the French have to make, how many saves is that? Is that 9? And the French did pretty good. They hit 4 of their 6. They're going to split them 2 and 2. And we'll do some saves here. Come back and see how brutal this was. Hopefully my Frenchies can hold out, baby. Come on! Well, the British failed both their saves, so they took each battalion took 2. Unfortunately, the French rolled that shit. They're going to lose by 1. They'll gain 1 for going attacking downhill against 1 battalion. I guess I got to split these evenly. I don't even know how this is confusing. They're going to end up losing, I think, because that one will have a +1. I'm going to figure this out. This is going to be confusing as hell. So the French end up tying the battle against this first battalion. That's a draw. But then they lose by 3 to the flanking attack. So they're going to make a morale save for that. -3 morale test. And let's... Nine. Goes to a 6. 6 in hand-to-hand. Unit moves 1 full to its rear without changing formation at all times, avoiding contact with the enemy. Once it is moved, the unit becomes disordered. So they're going to fall back and become disordered. That's not bad compared to how bad they could have been. So I'll put some casualty markers out. They already had 1 casualty, so it'll be up to 3. Will be 2 on this battalion. The French will be shaken and disordered and be back up there. The 95th fired their other 2 inflating shots into that battalion, and scored 2 hits, of course, with the rerolls, enfilading, everything else. One was a disorder. French saved both of them, so they only have disordered out of it. So that's gonna hurt in the hand-to-hand. In our first hand-to-hand, the Coldstream Guards slammed into that French line battalion. They're supported by, I believe that's the Scots Guards, and the 95th in the Woods. Ended up taking the that French line battalion took 2 casualties after saves, and the Scots Guards, and the first guard took, and the Coldstream Guard took 1 casualty. Support-wise, they have 1, but they get 1 for going down the hill too. And they also, the British have the same amount, so they will lose by 1. Do a -1 morale save for the French, which seems to be the soup of the day. See what I can do. My lucky dice, see what they can do. 6, -1, 5. I think it's a retreat with disordered. Okay. They didn't implode, so their supports stay intact. The second hand-to-hand, the first guards slammed into the 2nd Battalion, 2nd line. Didn't want to go after the Vistula Legion. First guards made all their saves. They had 2 to save. French had 3 to save. French failed, actually they had 4 to save, sorry. And they made 2 of them. So they had 2 excess casualties. They have 1 support from the Vistula Legion. These guys have 2 supports. They get 1 extra. So it's a -2 morale save. Get that 1 extra for downhill. -2 morale save with 2 casualties. 8, 6, they're going to retreat back and be disordered. First guards have pushed the advantage and attacked into the flank of the Vistula Legion. They'll still have 3 supports to be a lateral attack, so there'll be no penalty for going uphill. The Vistula Legion will be supported by the Chasseurs à Cheval, and they have Tough Fighter. I gotta look up the penalties for a side attack again. I can't remember exactly what the hell that is. We'll get that back to you. So it's -1 being attacked in the flank. So even with that, and with the reroll and the Tough Fighters, the Polish got 4 of their 6 hits in. So that's pretty good. Let's see what the Brits can do. Well, the first guard didn't disappoint. They hit with like 5 of their 7 into the side. The Vistula saved all but 2. The first guard saved all but 1. They will have 1 support from the Vistula Legion. The first guard will have 3 supports, a fully supported attack. So they will have 3. So it'll be 2 to a -3 morale test. I'll just go ahead and do that freaking live. Because you know I roll so good when the camera's on. Oh yeah, baby! Can't we make the save? Shit, no. Every time the camera's on, I swear to effing Christ. Sorry everybody out there. Vistula Legion, taking a vacation. Oh, let's see what the cavalry does too. The Chasseurs à Cheval might bail out too, because they just evaporated. What's the 7 when you're hand to hand? Oh, they'd stay. That's nice of them. That's great of them. All right. So we'd love to keep playing, but with you're gonna stick to the true black powder rules as best as possible. They have the 4 remaining infantry battalions are all disordered. Some are shook. 1 is shook, but all 4 of them are disordered. The cavalry is still fine. That's the only unit left that's fine, and plus the 2 artillery pieces. The British have overwhelming numbers coming up the hill. That's basically, it'd be 2 broken brigades, which was the entire of the army would just shatter. Oh, Delaborde. Should be pointing your sword the other direction. Point it towards Madrid, baby, because you'll be retreating. And yeah, the French will, as their commander. I don't feel like getting my ass handed to me. I could probably maybe take out 1, but I will do disorderly retreats off the board with everything, and the cavalry will take off running and flank the retreat, or cover the retreat, sorry. probably ditch the guns, take off running. So that'll be a massive British victory. They didn't get to the top of the Colombiera, but they sure as hell were. They would. There's no stopping them. Just, I'll take a view from the other side. Great battle. A little bit of extra work doing the Discord stuff, but I think everything with COVID is a little bit more difficult. And yeah, it even affects black powder. These guys were fighting dysentery anyway, so I think I don't. It's a new disease. All right, great game. I want to thank James for getting in there and mixing it up and attacking my my hill. It was fun. We'll get all these guys down, clean them up. I think James's whole point was what he said was just basically do as usual, just straight ahead. He's very seems to serve him well, especially with overwhelming numbers. Did lose 2 battalions, but French lost all kinds of shit. I think I lost like 4 battalions at least, maybe 5, and then everything else disordered. So great game. And I think we'll do Vimiero next. Got to get 1 more or 2 more British units done. The French did attack there, but they had more cavalry than the British. But the British actually had more numbers. I think Junot was in command, and he thought the British would just break and run at the sign of their attack column. So we'll get on with that and see what it looks like. And I'll finish up painting Napoleon. He's going to make an appearance in the next battle, even though he didn't fight too many battles against the British in Spain. Didn't fight any, really. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great whatever night, day, whatever you got going on. Be safe, and we'll get another battle out here as soon as we can. Hell, we got this Discord option. We'll get it going. Take care. Ciao.